Market up, things seem to be picking up. We saw Union Bank sort of dominating values, sort of dominating volumes as well on the market this morning. In fact, the stock was up about 4.9% yesterday. What really is dominating, what really is pushing investors' appetite for this stock?
Well, as far as Union Bank is concerned, there's clearly a deliberate transaction going up there. As you're aware, and most people are, it's one of the banks that the central bank did take over and appoint a management for. It's also the subject of a particular acquisition now. Well, perhaps not acquisition, but a core investor taking a stake in it. Union Bank, as you know, is one of the oldest banks in the country. It started off as Barclays Bank years and years and years ago. And there is significant presence in Nigeria, scattered all over rural areas, urban centers, and the reach and capacity of Union Bank just requires the right type of management to tweak it and get it going. It's a behemoth in the sense that it's so large, but I understand that the stakeholders who have an interest in Union Bank right now intend to use that size to gain some purchase, some real good ground in the industry right now.
Now, Boyega, what about the top tier banks? I mean, we're seeing Union Bank, Sterling Bank sort of performing well, but investors don't seem to be taking to some of the top tier banks. We're expecting Q2 results. What do you make of all of this?
Well, it's interesting you say so, and perhaps we need to also bear in mind that these top-tier banks tend to be a bit predictable in terms of margins, in terms of corporate benefits which can accrue, and maybe investors are looking to see what else they can gain beyond the typical returns they will get over there. But one thing's interesting, Q2 comes to an end tomorrow. And a lot of banks will therefore be posting management accounts and their results for the second quarter in the next 2-3 weeks. It's going to be quite insightful. It's a waiting game to see what has happened, particularly in the past 3 months. And we all know that it's been a very, very interesting time for the economy. You did listen to the central bank governor, the last MPC meeting, and their perception of what's going on in the economy, what inflation has done. And we're aware of how some foreign investors are backing out of the market. So all these things, particularly with the Naira also and its relationship to the dollar, so all these things are going to come into play where banking performance is concerned. It's also a time in which banks are supposed to start issuing results under the IFRS standard. So the base of analysis, there's a lot more that's going to be made available, a lot more information to investors to analyze. So I guess we're just watching and waiting and seeing what the results are going to be like for Q2.